Think with me for a second here. You can walk into any store that you want and buy anything that you want without even looking at the price tag. You can own any car in the world that you want. You can go on any vacation that you want. You can retire anyone in your family that you want. You can focus your time, energy, and resources on whatever you truly want to do. You can have all of those things and much, much more if you understand this one thing. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to attract whatever financial success you want in life, okay? And it's by understanding one thing, which is the spiritual side of success. So we're gonna be talking about the law of attraction and a few other things, and ultimately, how to arrive at an amazing destiny. So here's the thing that I first saw about 4 years ago, was this right here, okay? Now, what is it? First of all, most people are going through life having no idea what they actually want in life. So number one, you need to figure out, what do I actually want? That is your destiny right here, okay? So what do you actually want in life? What do you want the legacy to be? What do you want your impact to be? Where do you want to live? How much money do you want to have? How big's your family? All of those things, right? You got to figure out exactly what you want based on your values, right? So you need to first and foremost figure that out. If you don't know how to figure that out, you need to experience life a little bit more, figure out what you value, maybe take some personal development courses, and then figure out, hey, what type of destiny do I want? Now, how do you arrive at that destiny? Well, it is in this diagram. You do it by reworking your belief systems. And the reason is because your beliefs determine your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits become your destiny. So like I was saying earlier, there's two sides of success. There's a spiritual side, and then there's a physical side, okay? So on the spiritual side, right, this is like the law of attraction and all the things that I'm going to be talking about right here, okay? And the physical side is like seeing, right, physical things, right? Most people want, the money, they want cars, they want to live in a cool place. They want the physical goods and physical things, right? And that's what they just continually put their focus on. But the thing that they do not understand is the spiritual side comes before the physical side. And it's because what you focus on, you attract, okay? There's something called the reticular activating system, right? So the things that you continually focus on are what you're going to attract in your life. It's the law of attraction, all right? And it's a law, all right? It is not, a philosophy, right? It's a law. It's just like the law of gravity, right? How does gravity work? You drop a pen, right? Gravity pulls it down. That doesn't change, right? It's not going to change if I do it a third time. And I can tell you that the law of attraction is not going to change no matter where you're at in life. So most people don't get to what they want because, number one, they have no idea what they want. They're going through life let's just pretend here, right? There's a dartboard over here. Okay, I just put on a blindfold and I spin around in this chair 100 times. And then I try to stop somewhere and throw the dart. And how often do you think I'm going to hit my target? Probably never. Because I'm not focusing on what I want. I don't even know where my target is, right? So you got to figure out first and foremost, where is your target? What is your destiny? And then what you need to do is rework your belief systems. Now, this is very difficult to do, but I'm going to show you one way that's worked very well for me, because if you know anything about my life, I have completely changed my life over the last about 3 years, and it has not been easy, right? $80,000 in debt, just coming out of rehab, no friends, no connections, beat up Honda Civic that was leased, barely holding on to a job, very uninspired, unhappy. And I had no idea what the heck I was going to do, but I knew that I had this belief in myself that I wanted to do more, be more, and impact people, make a ton of money, live a cool lifestyle. I just had that desire all the time, okay? And when I first discovered this, I was like, man, I have a bunch of screwed up beliefs. So I got to change my beliefs to start aligning my thoughts, words, actions, habits to get to the destiny. And meanwhile, when you do those things, you attract everything that you want in your life. Because what you focus on, you attract, okay? So I'm gonna help you focus on a few things, all right? So remember this, you change your beliefs, you're gonna change your life, all right? So it is not difficult, or it is not easy. It's simple, but not easy to change your beliefs. So how do you do that, okay? It's all, you gotta realize that your mind, this is where your beliefs are stored, right? Okay? So whether you like it or not, we're just a concoction of the people, places, and things around us. So I really do believe this to be true, is that the diet that you're feeding your mind is even more important than the diet that you're feeding your body. Okay? So if you are overweight, right, it's because you've been consuming more than you've been burning. If you're in bad debt, it's because you've been consuming more than you've been producing. Okay? So how do you actually change your beliefs? You got to change the people, places, and things. You got to change the inputs that are coming into your mind. So what is the diet that you're feeding your mind? The diet that you're feeding your mind is like this content and this video, all right? Also, I used to wake up to the news all the time. What a terrible thing to wake up to. It just completely instills fear in your life, right? And I used to hang around people that had very limiting beliefs, right? The people that say, you go to a store, they're like, oh, I can't afford this. That's way too much money. You talk about goals. Oh, I don't have the time, right? What you need to do is get around people that say, how can I afford this, right? Okay, I create time, right? You can't deposit excuses. So you got to get around the people that are not making excuses and that have very strong belief systems and the confidence in themselves to do big things and be great, right? And not get around those people that have those limiting beliefs. So when I was in the corporate world, okay, first of all, nothing against my company, nothing against the people that I was hanging around. But I will never forget this one thing, which was, I was at 7 p.m., right? We were about to close in asset management. And I'm talking to one other employee about, starting a business, because he was just about to have his third child. And he was like, man, I want to have, like, I gotta make more money. I'm like, hey, why don't you start a business? I say, why don't you run a business? He goes, run a business into the ground that blank doesn't work, right? And I was like, wow, okay, I gotta get away from this. Like, what do you think you're working in? You're working in a business. Someone created that business. Your thoughts become things. All right, there's no way to have this marker here. Someone thought of this marker first and then created it. We are creators of our own destiny, right? Someone created this board. Someone created this entire condo building. Someone created this fountain, but first, before they created all those things, they thought about them, okay? And they had the belief systems there to instill the thoughts, which then turned into their words, actions, habits, and destiny, all right? So I'm going to share with you one of the best ways to change your beliefs. I mean, first of all, I already went over it, right? It's getting around the people that have very strong beliefs that they can do great things and be more, right? And they do that. You'll notice the most important thing you want to look for is not just their words, right? But also their actions, right? Are they actually living aligned with what they're saying? Are their actions matching their ambition? So I always look for people that are taking actions more than just speaking, but the words that you're listening to are also very, very important. I can tell you, if you continually listen to the news, you continually listen to people with limiting beliefs, you will have the same thing, if not worse. So you got to look for, hey, what are the people that have the result that I want? And let me learn through their actions. Okay? So that is one quick tip. Get around great people, okay? Like, you got to do whatever you got to do. When I happened in my corporate job, I was there for like 3 more months and I was gone because I knew that I had to change my environment. Okay, I was living in my dad's basement at the time, had a ton of debt, hated my life, okay? And turned it around because I knew I had to change the people, places, and things around me, okay? So that's number one. Number two is changing. The way you're going to change your beliefs and thoughts are through like positive affirmations and seeing your goals over and over and over again. So what you need to do is actually write down your goals. You don't want to focus on what you don't have. So you never tell yourself, oh, I need this, I want this. you say, I do this and I have this, right? So when you're writing down your goals, you say, I am so happy and grateful to have blank, 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 right? All the things you want, right? I have 12 goals that I'm going to hit this year. They're going to help me get to my destiny, right? Maybe you have a big destiny that you want in life. The way to do it is to chunk down into decades, into years, into months, into weeks, into days, so that you know what you need to do on the micro to get to the macro, okay? But first of all, you need to write your goals down every single day, okay? And I'm gonna share with you a few things right now. First of all, my goals are under this whiteboard. I just put this pad on here. My whiteboard usually sits in my room. So every single day, I wake up and see my goal. Every single day. Every single day, I see my goal right when I wake up. And then I come over here and I write down my goals right here every single day. Okay? And then guess what I do? We open up our phones hundreds of times a day. Hundreds. So what do? I write down my goals. I actually go on Instagram. I write them on I go to a story. I take a screenshot of I cover the camera so it's completely black. And then I write my goals down. I save that and I save it as my wallpaper on my phone. So every single day, I'm seeing my goals hundreds and hundreds of times. And you're unconsciously programming yourself to attract that in your life. Your reticular activating system will start to see the people that you need to attract in your life to get to the goals that you want, right? They're going to start to see, money, different opportunities to make money, right? You're going to see different product lines that you can launch in your business. You're going to see all these things that are going to help you get to your goals because you are so focused on your goals. Most people major in minor things, meaning they major, right? They spend the majority of their time watching Netflix or gossiping about people or going to the club. That's cool if that's what you value in life, but that's not what I value, right? I'm on some high vibrations. I have huge goals to impact millions of people, okay? And also live a cool life while doing so, all right? But what I know is that I need to continually train my brain. So what I want you to think to yourself, if you're at an early stage of this game, right, of trying to figure out this spiritual side so that you can get to the physical side of success, you need to start looking at yourself like a puppy, all right? You are literally a puppy. I think it's so funny all the time because, I was lucky enough to, have some great parents when I was growing up. And we always had dogs, right? And we always knew how to train the dogs. So we always had great dogs because we got them professionally trained. And then we learned from the professional and then train the dog. So I always think it's funny when I walk outside and I see people literally being walked by their dog, right? They're getting pulled by their dog. And I'm like, hey, yeah, this person didn't train their dog at all, or they don't know how to train dogs. Okay, no, how do you train dogs, and why am I even saying this? It's because, all right, you got to train yourself like a dog every single day. So when you wake up, you see your goals every single day. When you're training a puppy, guess what you do? They should be walking by your side, okay? And if they're not walking by their side, what do? You have a leash on their collar and you pull their neck, right? You pull them next to your side. You give them a little yank. They get in front of you, yank. They get behind you, yank. They go too far away from you, yank. You're consistently pulling them close to you, by your side, right? That's how you train a puppy. It's the same thing with training yourself, okay? So you got to look at yourself like, if you're new to this game, you got to train yourself every single day. And how do I do that? I wake up and see my goals every single day. I wake up, then after I see my goals, I come out here and write my goals down. And then what do? Well, then I check my phone and I see my goals again. And then guess what? When I go to enter my passwords to go log into things, those are positive affirmations. So all my passwords are positive affirmations. So every single time I need to log into anything, positive affirmation. It's just a reinforcement of focusing on my goals and focusing on becoming a better me. All right? So those are just a few things, right? Also, go in your mirror and write down your goals. Okay, write down your goal in the mirror. So when you wake up, you go brush your teeth. Oh, you see your goals again, right? You're training yourself. You're a puppy. You consistently attracting what you want through the reticular activating system. You're changing your beliefs on your own. And remember this, your goals are not written down, I want to have, because then you're attracting that you don't have that thing, right? It's like if you're on like one of those Bird electric scooters, right? Or a Lime or whatever you have in your city, and you're like on the curb and you're like focusing on not going into this crack that's like not putting your tire in that crack of the curb. And you keep focusing on, oh, don't put my tire in the crack. I don't want to put my tire in the crack. I don't want to put my tire in the crack. And then guess what you do? You focus on that crack and you end up putting your tire in the crack and you fall over. That's exactly what most people are doing. You will never get what you actually want because you're just consistently telling yourself that you don't have it. So you got to tell yourself over and over and over again that you do have it. So this year I will, okay? That's how I write my goals in the morning. Or I'm so happy and grateful that I have all the things that you want. Okay, but you're telling yourself that you already have them. You're not telling yourself that you want them and that you're not in that place. Okay? Because the way that you see it in your mind, you got to see it and then believe it and then be able to achieve it. Okay? So that's one of the best ways to change your beliefs, to change your life. Right? First, you got to figure out that destiny. Then you got to rework your belief systems. And I'm telling you, it's a long-term game. Training a puppy is not an overnight thing. Same thing with you. I'm consistently training myself every day. Remember this, if you want freedom, it's the inverse of freedom, which creates freedom. It's called discipline. So if you want the ultimate freedom, okay, I can honestly tell you that I can walk in to nearly any store. I haven't checked a price tag at a store in in at least a year and a half now. I can buy any car that I want. I can go on any vacation that I want. I can I have an enormous amount of freedom, but it's because I'm disciplined and I train myself every single day. So when I wake up, I see my goals every single day. When I open my phone, I see my goals every single day. When I'm writing my goals down, I see them and I speak them out loud every single day. Okay? That's how you attract the financial success that you want, right? That's the spiritual side of success. Then that will turn and translate into the physical world, okay? But realize that, this isn't just like a thinking game, all right? I don't just sit on the couch and say, hey, I want 50 grand, right? No, that's not that doesn't just happen. You're changing the way that you think to change your thoughts, your words, and then your actions, right? The law of attraction does not work without the law of action, right? So you can't be lazy, but if you truly believe and care about your destiny, that won't be a problem, all right? I hope you got value from this video. If you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment below. How do you attract more success and financial success in your life? And once again, I cannot wait to see you here on this next video.